Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm I was gonna go on my lunch break, and guess what happened? So I had some family in town, um, Friday to Monday, and came into work Tuesday morning, and we got an email. We saw something like this was coming down the pike. You know, you're walking around town and you see a few more people wearing masks than they were 2 weeks ago. And there was some signaling that, you know, maybe go to the factory. You know, if you work at a factory, I work at a place that has a factory. Don't work in it, but I work near it, adjacent to. And we got an email last week saying, you know, it's just sterile field type stuff, you know, quality standard things. If you got the double pump, double jab, you know, if they stuck you twice, you know, bring your card in. We'll get you stuck a third time. We'll get you a sticker, right? Go on your ID. Got a badge. You know, it's nothing too big. Just kind of that's one signal. And if you don't, if you haven't been double tapped, there's another signal we want you to have. We're actually going to ask you to do it, and security's going to walk you off site if you don't. And that's you gotta remask. You gotta re-up on that mask. Got to go back to 2020 if you don't take the double tap. So and that was for the factory. Well, it turns out that's for going down and getting some lunch too on your lunch break. So yeah, so it's got me thinking, you know, because signaling's interesting. You know, there's a lot of ways to signal. You know, people talk about virtue signaling. That's just one particular group naming one particular action of another group. I think, you know, people that have been kind of you know, thinking a bit more long term about these things, kind of zooming out, taking bird's eye of this topic, know that anyone can virtue signal, so to speak. That's an air quotes there, but it's not something that it really is something that you kind of do from all directions, right? On the same topic, people try to figure out, you know, you might be talking about He-Man from multiple approaches, and there's going to be kind of shorthands for talking about it, you know. And when it comes to the double tap, it's interesting. So it's got me driving home to go get my my passport, my double tap ID, so I can I don't have to do the signal of being one of the undesirables and have to go back in time, go back to 2020 and remask. I have been double tapped, and I thought I was doing my part by getting the double tap. Turns out I got to do my part by getting triple. I got to get stuck a third time. I got to get the sticker, because basically in this scenario, the way I'm looking at it, it's feeling like there's a you get the sticker, and that says leave me alone. or you get the mask, and that's kind of like imposed upon you, I suppose. And I got friends, I got buddies, you know, I got people in the same team group who see it the exact opposite. The leave me alone's the I'll put on my mask, you leave me alone, you know. And I get that, you know. It's kind of it's a question of, you know, whose business is it? You know, it's a question of my body, my choice, right? And yeah, that's a serious topic, right? You know, but it comes up in a lot of ways. You know, like I went to Maine, the great state of Maine, in early June, and we're walking around on and the missus out in Bar Harbor, and we sit down on one of them. You know, they got a bunch of grassy knolls out there, and having some blueberry ice cream. And I see a family. They're playing. There's lots of folks, some Asians playing some badminton. No lie. And folks. I think some kids are kicking around a ball. And then I see there's a family adjacent to, and they are tossing a frisbee. One dude's got particularly tight pants. Normally that's not something, I'm not looking to see it, but he's looking to show it. You know what I mean? You see these guys, maybe a little extra acid wash, we're not talking rhinestones, but a little extra, buttoning down the sides, Maybe he's got one of them, the belts with the double holes, studded belt, I mean, there's a lot of options out there. We've seen them all, we've seen them since 2003, maybe abouts. And, I turned to Mrs. I says that guy's a worship pastor, and I knew it. And it's a signal. I don't know if you guys frequent those circles, but I've seen it. I don't go to a church like this, but I know that I'm fluent in the signal. All right. We're listening to this guy. Turns out, A, he's Floridian, so I know my kind. I know my people, and B, he's talking to his buddies, like, hey, I play guitar, and I enjoy, I can be in the band, but I think I really feel called to like be leading worship, so I was vindicated, and the pants signaled it, and it's a signal, right? And it's not, you wouldn't call it a virtue signal, right? We're talking about a broader concept here. There's a lot of ways where you want to indicate in shorthand where you are. It can be a hierarchy thing, so there's discussion about whether or not you want to signal you've been double tapped, or you want to signal you haven't been double tapped. That depends on what sort of in-group, out-group status you got, or maybe it's just like a cultural thing. Like I don't know. Some of these folks might have being up on the stage is kind of a higher status than being sitting in the bleachers, But I don't know how those guys do it. But the tight pants thing, worship pastor dude thing, it is a thing. And it's an in-group kind of let's not call it signal, let's call it it's a tagging. You're self-tagging, right? You're tagging yourself as, I'm a little extra, I might sing you some Hillsong if you let me. I might sing some Oceans. Maybe some Stevens Curtis Chapman, bring out the classics. We're open for business. Something, we might, I don't know, Mighty Fortress Is Our God isn't off the table, let's have a conversation, that's what the pants are, it's leaning into. And so there's a lot of, it's just something to think about, and then in my kind of sphere, like I'm making videos and I'm talking about how to conduct ourselves online, what that looks like. And I think we're all trying to navigate how to do it efficiently. I think humor is a fantastic way of getting across multiple meetings at the same time. We're always trying to be honest, but in a intentionally mediated way, usually not too serious, because I think we want to be in control of what that layered meaning looks like. I think humor allows us to be in control of that layered meaning, and I think trying to be too honest online is actually kind of giving away control to those powers that be, the you know, the big tech gets to determine how honest we are going to be received when we're too transparently honest. And if we cloak things in humor, I think we can retain some sense of autonomy. So we wear the tight pants that lets other people know where we're coming from, and doesn't necessarily, not everyone's going to be picking up on the pants. If you're throwing down the pants, not everyone's picking up on it. But those who do know, and I think that's something to think about. So what sort of pants are you wearing? What are you tagging yourself with to let folks know, that you can hang? What sort of songs you're going to be singing them? That's not a bad thing to consider. And if I got buddies that they spend a lot of time online and they're kind of anti this, which is its own signal. It's like one of these non-denom churches. Oh, we're non-denominational. Isn't that a denomination at this point? Ain't you're gonna go in one of them and you're gonna see the tight pants, right? They're gonna be Baptists. They're not Duncan babies. They're not gonna be non-denom with like Russian Orthodox paintings on the ceilings. They're gonna have the neon glow behind the cross, right? And they're gonna have the rock guitar. I mean, it's a denomination, and it's better to be intentional and to call it what it is. So being kind of anti-tagging online, anti-self-identifying online is another way of claiming ignorance to something that has already claimed you, and is already going to be manipulating you more than you're manipulating it. That's just how these things go. So you're going to have to claim something, and you're going to have to manage that intelligently so that you can retain some degree of autonomy, and and I say this on my way driving home on my lunch break, so I can get stuck times 3, which is my interpretation of the new rules, so I don't have to get bothered so much, because I consider wearing the mask more of a bother than the first 2 taps, or the third, as dumb as that third. I wasn't gonna get the third tap, the third stick. I wasn't. They're voluntary, but turns out voluntary means you have to involuntarily wear a mask if you don't voluntarily get the triple stick. So something to think about. These are just thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Like, what pants are you putting on? Because we all got to wear them, and being anti-pant ain't gonna get you far. But there's always a way to mediate your honesty in a way that actually retains a sense, where you have a decent amount of control of the conversation, of how you are defined in relation to others. And that's just something to chew on. So that's lunch break on a Tuesday. Appreciate your thoughts. Up vote, down vote. Talk to you guys later. Bye.